Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you had a great Christmas and a Happy New Year to you all. In this video I'm going to show you a little area of kind of a probably a bi-yearly maintenance thing that you might want to do, depending really on where you live. I live in an area where there's a lot of pine trees, cedars and all that stuff, and as you probably know, I use my 4.5, literally drive it every day. And it gets used, it maintained and used every day, and it gets, you know, underneath these trees, and you get a little those pine needle build up. Now, when I wash this car, I make sure to blow out the engine bay and the channels and everything with air line to get all those pine needles out as best I can to stop blocking drain holes, things of that nature. Then wash it and just stay on top. But there's a hidden area that might have escaped your attention that I do on occasion, and I'm going to take you to my 68 here, and there was a reason I went back into this area, and I'll show you, and I'm going to demonstrate on this car, the 4.5, cleaning that area and what comes out, and I think it'll shock you. And just to give you a little hint, this may be the reason why your back window is fogging up when you get a bit of moisture in the air. It's probably not, if it's not down to a window seal or something of that nature. So let me get you in with the 68 and I'll show you why I started this, and we'll go from there. As you can see, the parcel shelf material, as adhesive has given way and curled back over the years, and it's been one of those jobs I've been meaning to get to it, and my good friend Andreas, every time I see him, he goes straight to this area and points it out and gives me a hard time. So Andreas, this is for you, mate. So anyway, to re-glue this back, what I've done, there's a couple of plastic nuts inside the trunk area on each side. You just unscrew them and you're able to lift this panel up a little bit, give you a little better access to be able to re-glue this panel. But that's not what we're really talking about today. This is the start of the reason why I decided to make a video of this. If you're aware, well, most of these old Mercedes, let me get in here, let me try and lift this up here, fill the carpet. You've got, well, you can see a little telltale sign there, but all these holes here, right? Now that area, that chamber goes through to the outside to this area here. Let me get outside. So essentially it leads out to these vent holes here. Now I don't think it's a complete breakthrough, there is a baffle inside there, but what will happen in my area, not so much on this car because I don't use this as much as the other one, is pine needles will get clogged in there obviously, and when you do your washing in the area, you know, you obviously try and make sure these are all cleaned out as best you can, to make sure there's no pooling water that can encourage rust. But pine needles get pushed and they work their way into that channel, into that area, that hidden chamber, so to speak. And let me show you on the 6.3 what can happen if it gets left unattended over a long period of time. So this is obviously the 6.3, same area again, we've got the same channeling, and I think this is the same on many of the Mercedes models, you know, for quite some time. But anyway, you get the idea. So same thing, cleaning these is essential, and these are all the vent holes on the inside here. And look way down here, I can get close with the camera. What can happen, see, rust, dreaded rust there. So it started to take hold in there. How I'm going to address that, I'm not sure yet. I'll probably have to cut open this area. We have a few rust areas that we've got to deal with anyway in this, but this is what I'm talking about. Pine needles work their way back into this chamber from out here, or leaves and what have you, whatever's in your area, sit there. And then if you do happen to have some rain, or even you wash the car, that debris stays wet for a long time and just sits there fermenting in this little hidden area. So what I'm going to do, let's get back to the 4.5, and I'm going to clean it from the inside, pushing all that crap out into the trunk channel and on top of the trunk. I'll set the camera up and you'll see how much junk comes out. I haven't undone this parcel shelf on this one. If I need to, I will do that and show you how to do that. But I think with a high pressure line, I should be able to blow out a lot of the debris. And if I can't, I'll have to undo that parcel shelf like the other one. And this one has 2 speakers here. I'm going to have to unscrew those. Not a big deal really. So let me get in there, get the airline set up, see how this goes. Right, you see, now some of it came back outside here, but the vast majority blew back inside. Right, so I'll probably just do it from the inside. See all that crap? But you'll be quite shocked what you see on this back parcel shelf. Look at this. Look at all that. And that was fully cleaned and vacuumed. Oh, what a shame. I feel ashamed. Now, I do this on occasion, and it looks like I'm going to have to step up my game. Look at all that. And I haven't even finished. Let me open the trunk up and see how much it's dislodged. Okay. See? All that there. I'm going to get a vacuum. You obviously don't need me to see me doing that, but you get the idea. Look at all that. That's pushing it back. Unbelievable. So you can imagine all of that. If you were to get caught in the rain or, well, you know, your normal wash, if water sits on those, that's just going to sit and ferment inside that hidden chamber. So I think you get the idea and the approach. What I might do is empty the trunk. Right, get all this stuff out of here, the whole shebang. Leave the trunk lid open so it, you know, enables this stuff to blow out, and then vacuum it all out and get. But it's quite shocking how much, and I feel ashamed because I tried to keep this car obviously mechanically very good, but I must admit I don't wash it as much as I should. But there you go. What you can do as well is on the outside, instead of, so you don't point it like that, well you could I guess, but it's going to blast a lot of stuff back on the inside of the car, which obviously you can vacuum. But if you turn the hose this way, you can jet this channel out. Right, I spent a few minutes vacuuming. There's a little bit still there, but vacuuming and blowing all that out, this way, that way, this way, that way. I'm going to jump back in again and let's see if we can get any more out, because from this side I really couldn't get much more out of there, but I bet there's more in there. So let me get back in with the airline and see what we can find. What I decided to do was unplug the, unscrew the speakers, and pretty straightforward, just 4 screws in each of the corners of the grills. Speaker lifts up, and then there's a little clip on the back there to take the speakers out, and then we can go inside the trunk area and take out those, let me see if this one, did I unscrew all those? Oh, hold on a minute. It's got one more screw here, so let's get this one out, and then I'll show you on the trunk on the inside. Right, so and just unplug that guy. There you go. Okay, let's get those out of the way. Right, there's the blue nut. See that? That's a little plastic nut. Just one either side of the car, and then that parcel shelf should lift up, giving us better access to those stubborn areas. Right, what I'm opting to do is actually take the rear seat backing out as well, so I can pull that parcel shelf down a little better for better access. So there's just a couple of 10mm bolts at the back here, or nuts I should say, one there, one here. I'll do that, and then we can pull the back seat down. Right, so we've undone those 2 nuts either side, and we should be able to just pull the seat. There we go. Pull the back out. There we go. Okay, so got the back panel out, ready to pull this, but look what I found in here. Obligatory plastic spoon. These strange things that are attached to the belts that are way down here. This metal tube thing, you unhook it. What on earth is that? Is that some aftermarket thing someone's put on there? I have literally no idea. And it's 8 turns max written on there. So, and there's one at this end as well. Strange. Well, that's not the strangest thing. Underneath this seat here, look what I found. That is stainless Pakistan. So I don't know, I'll have to have a word with my son and his mates. I don't know on earth how that got in there. So it's not very sharp, but looks kind of, that would ruin your day, wouldn't it? Anyway, so that's that tissue. You got me curious now. I'm going to pull this bottom seat out and see what else we can find. Maybe vacuum a little bit. Getting the bottom seat out is easy. I'll show you how it's done. We just give it a good pull at the front here, and there's 2 pins. And it just lifts up. So let's get this out and we'll inspect the floor. Tickets to Beauty and the Beast, Disney. Alright. I don't know whether there's dates on those, but I'll have a look at those in a minute. And then just regular mess here. So I'll get all this vacuumed up, and then we'll get back up and we'll pull that shelf. So there you go, a little bit of persuasion. The shelf came out pretty easily. So let's get in here and I'll show you a bit closer. Much easier to clean now that's out of the way. You can see even with all that blowing and stuff, there's still some stuff trapped down in this chamber, especially here. I couldn't for the life of me get it out, even with a high pressure thing. So now I can just work my way. It's incredible the amount of stuff that's accumulated since I last did this. Yeah, I'll do my best not to park near the pine trees. One more thing, do you remember the hole or the slight rust area I showed you on the 6.3 at the beginning of the video? That had formed around the drainage tubes. Okay, so I spoke about this in a video some time ago. Let me get the focus there. I hope that's focus. These drainage tubes that connect to the chamber right on both ends, and the both ends is where a lot of the pine needles accumulated, so thus blocking the chamber drain hole and causing more problems. Now I'm actually going to disconnect these pipes and make sure that those are clean both sides, because you know, more than likely the pine needles work their way in there and could block this tube, right? And just on another slight different point, where the tube goes into the trunk floor and drains to the bottom of the car, there's a flange, and that rubber flange on the end of that tube can perish and get disconnected actually, and you'd never know it because this is right at the back of the trunk there. And what happens is then moisture can wick underneath the floor mat and sit in the trunk area towards all these joints and everything, and work its way back all the back here and cause absolute havoc, and you'd never know about it. You know, you might smell a little bit in the car, but unless you take this mat out and check it, so it's like one thing after another. So as long as you periodically check this, you should be good to go. Chances are as well is that you can imagine water wicking down, sitting in here, making its way down into the wells. And as we know, these are renowned for rusting out in the wells. Now what I do, I've got a little moisture here, and that is because my trunk seal as well needs replacing, but that's another thing. But I actually take that rubber bung out that gets plugged and just leave it open, so any moisture can wick through and get out of the car as quick as possible. So to avoid this rusting out again. Right, let's take these pipes down. I'll climb in here a minute, hold on. Right, I took this one down just off camera here, but you can see those pine needles will work their way down, so I'm going to take this tube completely off, I think, and do the band here. Oh, there's another connector tube, a drain tube here. Look at that, just gunged up with all those pine needles. Make sure this is all right. I'll blast that out as well. God, this has turned into a bigger job, hasn't it? But I'm glad I caught that. Found it easier, just disconnect the tubes from this sort of T-section here, and then you can not get your finger caught in the bloody thing. Hold on. So then you can clean this out from here. Right, so not too bad. I thought there was going to be more in there, but enough to clog those tubes. One of the big benefits of doing something like this, it always makes you feel better. And it doesn't cost anything. So yeah, check your area about there. Sounds a bit suspect, doesn't it? Yeah, I think that's it for this video. So I know it's a quickie, but I wanted to also in the next video talk to you about that, you know, that trigger point video I did a few weeks back. I won't say anything about it now, but I found something else, and now the car runs like a dream. So I will get you with that in the next video. And thanks a lot for watching. Please hit like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, I will see you in the next one, and take care and all the best to you. All right, ta-da.